Welcome back to Doing Football. Jared, a tip of the cap, just a good tip of the cap to the NFL returning to this week. Training camps opening. And Jared has spent the last month at least talking about the fact that Aaron Rodgers is, he's not coming back. He won't be playing for the Packers. And you're listening to this, and Aaron Rodgers is probably in Green Bay. He's probably getting his physical done. He's probably ready to play.
But he might not be still. We don't know for sure. It hasn't happened yet.
Anyways, before we get into wide receiver sleepers, make sure you check out the giveaway on the screen right here. We're giving away a fantasy football championship belt. All you need to do, very simple. You should already be subscribed, but if you aren't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. DM us on Owner's Box a screenshot of your subscription. You're entered. We'll be giving it away and announcing the winner this week, so get that done in short order. And as well, drop a like, comment, and then you know what? New video idea just came to me. We should talk about some training camp storylines at some point this week.
Yeah, so there's going to be some big ones coming out eventually.
Let us know if you want to see that in the comments, if you'd like to see some storylines. Tons of, especially running back side, I would say, storylines that we should be diving into, and I'm sure we'll develop over the course of the next few weeks leading up to the preseason. But anyways, wide receiver sleepers. Jared gets started. Again, I think our sleepers right now, we'll probably have another video like this closer to the season.
Yeah.
But right now, definitely looking at late. I know later than like the 8th, 9th round.
Yeah.
Trying to find guys that have some good value for you that could really help you out throughout the season in terms of filling out the wide receiver position. I know can get kind of desperate. I've seen some more 3 wide receiver leagues too, so the wide receiver position is pretty important to winning those championships. So let's do the first one.
Yeah. All right. My first guy, it's Antonio Brown of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this is a very, very crowded team. They've got a lot of weapons on this offense, and a lot of people consider Antonio Brown the wide receiver 3 on this offense after Godwin and Evans. But I don't even know if that's the case. Like, if you look at last year when all 3 of them played, Godwin had 78 targets in the 11 games Antonio Brown played. Mike Evans had 77, and Antonio Brown had 76. So this is basically a dead even race between the 3 of them. And yet both Godwin and Evans are going in the 4th round, and Antonio Brown's going all the way back in the 9th.
I think no question, like value-wise,
he's the best guy.
You should be more than willing to take a shot on Antonio Brown.
Yeah. And you might think, oh, well, Godwin and Evans have more valuable targets, and like they get more points off their targets. But no, that's still not even really the case. Last year, from week 10 till the Super Bowl, Antonio Brown, 14 PPR points per game, Evans, 15.7, Godwin, 14.8. So it's a pretty even race between these 3 guys. Like, I'm not saying Antonio Brown is going to outproduce either of them, but because he's going so much later, it makes no sense to me why he should be going 5 rounds after these guys if they have the same upside. And like, even leading the team in targets, Godwin only had 3 games leading the team in targets. Evans had 4, AB had 4 from that same span. So it's going to be the kind of offense where we don't know which one of them is the guy each week.
Yeah.
So why not take a shot on the guy who's going the latest by far?
Yeah, exactly. And Godwin last year dealt with injury, right? If one of these guys goes down, like we're talking about
the other 2 are just set.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about an offense that even not under Bruce Arians, but has previously proven that they can support multiple wide receivers, especially the way Bruce Arians throws the ball and at the volume he throws the ball. We know there's going to be at least 2 wide receivers that will be top 20 this season. I think that's
I could
locked
see,
and loaded.
There's even a chance all 3 could with how good this offense is.
Exactly. I think Antonio Brown's a no-brainer, especially if you're like a little bit worried about, I'm a little bit worried on where I evaluate Godwin and Evans' finish this year. It's tough, and especially considering guys going around him, like the Cowboys wide receivers really excite me in that area. Like for some people, Terry McLaurin might be close to Evans. Like there's some guys that probably are more exciting to you in terms of like a very defined role with their teams when it comes to Godwin and Evans. And then you've got Brown going like ridiculously late as like the wide receiver 40. So why would you not, you're getting a piece of the offense, which you'd want because this will be a high scoring offense and a pass heavy offense. And then you're getting it at a really good price. So,
and the price on Brown is part of the reason why I'm not really taking much of Evans or Godwin this year. Because why would I want to take those guys so early if I can just wait on Brown and get the same type of player? Like you can just get Brown as your last flex up play on your team.
So we have him as the wide receiver 3 in our FSGA Experts League, but we went really running back heavy early.
And I don't mind that.
And I
that's a
love
great wide
having
receiver
him.
3.
Yeah, I love having him there because, like you said, he's proven that in the 10 weeks he played with these guys, or you said since week 10, he's putting up the same fantasy numbers. So,
and now he's got another year in the offense too. Like he came in the middle of the season.
Now, like if he loses his mind in training camp,
we don't know what's going to happen with that.
I don't know. Share some conversations he's had with Tom Brady. the Gruden one where he makes some video with phone call with John Gruden is just like, I mean, look, football doesn't.
Damn,
football
can perfect.
Football can do a lot. Yeah, it can do a lot of things to your brain, and it's proven to do that to me. Okay, my wide receiver sleeper is somebody that is difficult to project. Certainly, he's in his sophomore season for the Indianapolis Colts. It's Michael Pittman, and when I'm taking a look at this offense and I'm taking a look at Michael Pittman and trying to see him here as a really good sleeper option in like the 9th round of your fantasy leagues, it definitely doesn't have a lot to do with his production last year. It's more evaluating the offense as a whole. So Paris Campbell, he's played 9 of the team's last 33 games. Yes, a 2nd round pick in 2019, but he really hasn't proven to be able to stay on the field. And then undrafted Zach Pascal, never really exceeded 45 catches in a season. If we want to talk about T.Y. Hilton, I think it's over. I think it's over like it's over for A.J. Green. I don't see T.Y. Hilton. He's, of course, going to be involved in the offense, but I don't think he's no longer the wide receiver 1 type guy we've seen previous seasons. He's getting a lot older. So for Michael Pittman, you have a really rare blend of size and speed. 6'4", 223 pounds, but has a 93rd percentile speed score on Player Profiler. Now, early in the season last year, he had an injury in the first few weeks. I was kind of taking him really late in my drafts. I'll admit that I can get really obsessed with rookies. Amon-Ra St. Brown example I talk about way too much. And it really didn't pan out. If you took him early, you pretty much dropped him right away. But I feel like there's a path for somebody in this offense to be the alpha, to be the leader. And Michael Pittman has a traits in terms of speed and size that reminds me of Carson Wentz's time with Zach Ertz, with Alshon Jeffrey, the size of Zach Ertz, and then the versatility and the route running of Alshon Jeffrey. I'm watching the tape on him. He's just very smart and finds holes in the offense and can kind of build out his own route tree. And then I look to last season for some positives. It's the most important game of the season, their playoff game against the Bills. He saw 10 targets in the playoff game. I mean, that's the game that mattered most in their season. They look to him pretty often. And I will admit, his quality of targets with Phillip Rivers was really low. Like he had 0 drops in the season, but the catch percentage, if you look at between his targets and his catches, is like somewhere around, I think it was around 60%, but a lot of like stuff that's borderline uncatchable, and Rivers just kind of getting the ball away, but they're in his direction. So I like Michael Pittman because I think someone emerges from this offense and becomes a player that is relied upon for Carson Wentz, and the catch radius and the size for Michael Pittman sticks out to me the most. A 2nd round pick out of USC. There's draft stock there from last year. So I like Michael Pittman this year, especially getting him in the 9th round.
I definitely think he has the opportunity to do it. And we don't know who the wide receiver 1 in this offense will be. My only issue comes, I don't think he's that talented. If you look at last year, he had a PFF receiving grade of 62.6, which was 73rd out of 84 wide receivers of at least 50 targets, 11th out of the 12 rookie wide receivers. So he clearly wasn't very good in this offense. And there's this one guy on Twitter, @DFBeanCounter, one of my favorite follows, as he's really good at evaluating wide receivers. He does this thing every year where he looks at ADP trends and has these guys labeled as face planters, which are guys who lose 12 or more spots of ADP, essentially meaning the guys who bust in their rookie season. Now, guys like that this year are Rieger, Pittman, Mims, the guy in Denver, what's his name?
You're talking Judy?
No, the other one.
Oh, Tim Patrick?
No, the rookie, the fast guy.
Wait, from the Broncos?
Yeah. You remember they drafted 2 wide receivers, the guy in the 3rd round, whatever his name is. All these guys qualify for it. And hopefully Eddie can put this up on the screen. But
Deshaun Hamilton. No. Who am I forgetting? Anyways, move on.
Somebody comment who the guys were forgetting in this Denver offense. But hopefully Eddie puts this on the screen. It's a list of every single wide receiver who qualifies for this since the year 2007. There are 27 of them, and of the 27, only 4 have ever had a top 24 wide receiver finish. And it's Demaryius Thomas, Golden Tate, Tyler Boyd, and Nelson Aguilar.
So is this from, explain this to me again, this is ADP dropping from the previous season?
Yes. Now, I don't know for sure if his ADP has dropped enough to be considered in this, but it's dropped enough to where, like, there's no like set tier for this. It's just guys who kind of disappointed in the rookie season enough that their ADP falls. So there's not really enough hype around them off of their performance in the rookie season,
right,
to consider a breakout.
Right, which is fair. Like, I mean, for me, like Michael Pittman last year missed those first few games of the season. I don't like, if I'm looking back to last year, I don't think a lot of people were drafting Michael Pittman. I could be wrong about that, but I really don't think people were. I'm pretty sure I got him with my last pick.
Yeah.
In my draft, so I don't think he's really moving down.
That's from Dynasty. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Like,
gotcha.
But if you're bad in Dynasty, that means you're going to be bad in redraft too. Like,
I'm a little bit, I think a little bit differently. Like, I do think he's a talented player just because of his, like, at 6'4", as a guy who runs routes from the slot, from the outside. I'm not buying into some of the other talent in this offense. I think he can break out between the group. And to me, if I'm grabbing a sleeper, if I'm grabbing a wide receiver this late, I like the fact that I can picture, or very easily picture and envision, Michael Pittman being the wide receiver one of the offense. Now, yes, it's a crowded. It's kind of a crowded group. I just thought of the receiver,
by the way. It's KJ Hamler.
Oh, shit.
That's the guy. He's the other guy that falls into this tier.
Oh my God.
But keep going.
But I just think that I see that he has a good path to productivity, and that's where, like, me and you talked about this before, but there's guys that are going in his range. Tyler Boyd, to me, has fallen to being the third of the group. I'm not really excited. I don't see him ahead of Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. And then Rashad Bateman, like, I like Rashad Bateman as a talent, but I think he was drafted to make the offense more productive when they do pass the ball. I don't think that he makes them pass the ball more. And as well, he's a rookie that needs to get integrated with the offense. Another one that's a fair bit ahead that I'd really have a conversation about is Deebo Samuel. I don't mind Deebo. He was pretty good when he was on the field, and he can get a good amount of targets. I am worried that with George Kittle being back, the volume that they run the ball, Brandon Ayuk had a great rookie season that I think is projected to be even more, or even better and more improved. For me, Michael Pittman just has a nice cast around him that doesn't scare me too much.
He definitely has the opportunity, and Carson Wentz, if he can return to at least partially what he was in 2017, then he definitely has a great chance to do so. But as we've seen, like, I just don't want to take a chance on somebody where so many other guys that have had similar seasons have failed. Like, the odds of him hitting are too low that it's just not something I'm going to be looking at in the 9th round.
Yeah, that's fair. I know you're big on, like, the projections of this, like, players at this age, right? If it doesn't work well in the first year. I get that. I think at the end of the day, these are sleepers.
For sure.
You're not winning. You could win your league with these picks. I don't think you're losing your league with these picks, because I bet you a lot of guys in the 10th round you're going to see on your waiver wire in, like, week 2. Like Sammy Watkins, right? Sammy Watkins might have a big first week with the Ravens. Everybody's picking him up, and then Michael Pittman's on the wire, and then you're picking him up. So Michael Pittman, Antonio Brown, some great wide receiver sleepers for this season.
Let us know who you have as a sleeper.
Yeah, absolutely. Let us know which one of the two you like better. I like Antonio Brown better. Nobody come at me about that. AB's going in front of Michael Pittman by a decent amount. I definitely like Antonio Brown with the value. So let us know about the sleepers that you like this season, wide receiver wise. And then again, fantasy football championship belt we're giving away. Subscribe.
It's a great quality belt.
Send us a screenshot on Owner's Box. Yeah, very nice belt. And make sure you like the video. And then again, I think we're going to do some training camp storylines this week too. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys next time.